Greetings, Hive fans, and welcome to another video where I help you play Hive like a champion. As you know, the 2022 Hive Online World Championship final round has begun. The gold medal match is between Jewdoka, that's Joe Schultz, and Stepanzo, Stepan Opalev. We are looking forward to a really great match, and this is game one of that match. A little bit of history. Stepanzo has been in the Final Four 4 times in the past, in the finals once. In 2014, he lost to Eucalyptus. On the other hand, Jewdoka, that's Joe Schultz, author of the book The Canon of Hive Groundwork, has been in the Final Four 5 times, in the finals 4 times. So this is his 5th trip to the finals. 2017, he was the world champion, defeated Eucalyptus. 2018, he lost to Quadlibet. 2019, he lost to Quadlibet. 2020, he defeated Quadlibet. That's right. 3 years in a row, Jewdoka and Quadlibet met in the finals. We have to go back quite a ways before we have a finals that didn't include either Jewdoka or Quadlibet. Over at Discord, Stepanzo ran a poll asking the Hive players there who they thought was going to win. 14 players responded. 9 of them chose Jewdoka to win his 3rd world championship. But you never know, Stepanzo might win his first. So this is game one, very exciting. I'm always looking for little tidbits in these games, helping you in your quest to become a Hive champion as well. And there are quite a few interesting and informative points in this game. So let's go ahead and get started. Both players open with ladybugs. Both players follow with mosquitoes. And here's the first interesting and informative position. If you're playing white and your opponent does not play an ant as the second bug, then you don't have to play the queen as your 3rd bug. So Jewdoka plays an ant in line, knowing that if the black queen comes in now, the black mosquito does not have the range to pin the white ant. So when the black queen comes in, Jewdoka chooses a Z queen formation. And that's what he wanted, no doubt, to begin with. Then, as quite often happens early on, we've got an ant battle to see who's going to control the outside of the hive. Notice also that when Jewdoka pins the mosquito, he pins it in a true pin, which will do a better job of keeping the mosquito pinned for longer during the game. Ants continue to come in, and of course this is a very common pinning technique used by most players. Most beginning players learn this fairly quickly. The white ant pinning from this spot rather than from this spot removes this spot here as a spawn point, a potential beetle factory. Grasshopper comes in for black, pillbug, and then both players play beetles. Notice the beetle is played adjacent to the white mosquito, so that even if, and in fact did happen, the black ant pins the white beetle, the white mosquito can still climb up. So white has the first bug atop the hive. Another black ant comes in, the white mosquito moves forward. And I was a little bit surprised here that the black Stepanzo chose to pin this ant rather than this one, because this ant is less likely to move, because if it moves, it frees the black ant. If, however, this ant moves, the black mosquito doesn't have ant power. And of course, the white mosquito moving forward allowed the spawn point for the beetle there. Grasshopper attacks, and watching this game live, I wondered if the mosquito would move first or the beetle would climb on top of the mosquito. Mosquito moved. And this is another very interesting point here. Generally speaking, you don't want to spend an ant to pin a spider. In this case, however, the black spider was threatening to fill this spot, creating the ring, which could do lots of things for black. It could free the black queen to be warped out, or it could free the black ant. So in this case, it was a worthwhile tempo to pin the spider with the ant. The black beetle gets warped in. White spider comes in, anchoring down the white mosquito so that if it moves forward, the black mosquito underneath it doesn't have mobility. And instead of remaining in the position, the white spider moves over, pins the black grasshopper, removes the black grasshopper as a potential spawn point for that ever dangerous second black beetle. The white beetle moves forward, and the black queen moves away. I was a bit surprised by this. It gives freedom to the white mosquito and the white beetle to both move forward. When the second beetle comes in, the white ant no longer has a need for pinning the black spider, so it goes out and pins the black beetle. Now notice, it does an elbow pin here because we're going to see shortly that white's going to look to do a pin replacement, and it's better if the long-term pin is placed in line rather than in elbow. Another very good learning opportunity here. When you place that initial pin by an ant, always be thinking ahead, what's it going to look like after I execute a pin replacement? Another common comment is you don't want to waste tempo with your ants. But notice here, the black ant pins the white ant, stopping the pin replacement. But as soon as the other white ant comes in, the black ant takes another tempo and moves down to pin this white ant. The reason why? Because this ant is not really free to move, because if it moves, the black beetle will climb up. White spider comes in, executing the pin replacement. And notice the black spider gets warped in, potentially freeing the black mosquito. So immediately the white beetle covers it. Black grasshopper jumps out. It frees the black ant, but it also keeps the beetle underneath the mosquito pinned in place. So it's a plus-minus situation there. You got to weigh your alternatives, which is more important. White wants to keep the black ants immobile and so pins the black ant. Now this is very interesting because this is one of the things you always want to look for when you're doing a pin replacement, is watch for opportunities such as this. Notice by placing the spider here, Jewdoka was able to place the grasshopper here, and that stops the pin replacement because that would free the white ant. But after reviewing this game, I realized that it could very well have been Stepanzo's goal all along was not to do the pin replacement, but instead move the spider over, creating this fill, which would potentially open up the way for the beetle underneath this mosquito. And notice when the white ant attacks, notice the black spider gets warped out and then goes to, and anchors down the white ant. And at this point, it's very critical to start talking about bug count. Do you have enough bugs to win? Of course, black has not qualified for the win yet and doesn't really have a lot of opportunity to do so. The white pill bug is still near the white queen, so at this point, Stepanzo is not really playing for a victory. However, Jewdoka is. Jewdoka has already qualified for the win. The question is, does he have 4 bugs that can fill these final 4 kill spots? He's got the 2 bugs atop the hive, and he's got 2 grasshoppers in reserve, so in theory, he does. Grasshopper jumps over. The black ant, who is freed from his pinning duties on the white ant, comes over and pins the white grasshopper. Now the beetle moves forward. Now comes the black grasshopper pin replacement, freeing up another defending black ant. And I was a bit surprised that this chain of events, that the beetle didn't move forward earlier. When the pill bug moved over, it gave black the tempo to come over and remove this spot as a direct drop spawn point. So still, white has 2 bugs atop the hive, 2 grasshoppers in reserve, a 3rd grasshopper with an angle of attack. So right now it looks like white might have enough bugs to win. Can he execute the victory? Let's see. We do some maneuvering by white with the mosquito and the beetle. And this is a very informative situation here. Notice how the mosquito goes out, creating the spawn point for this grasshopper, so this grasshopper has an angle of attack to that kill spot. And the black ant pins it. Now, if the white spider is released, it could create the ring, but the black mosquito or the black beetle, either one of those bugs, could climb up and cover the white mosquito, and the white mosquito is no longer available for attack. In addition to that, if the white spider moves, the black beetle now can climb up and head toward the white queen. So it's not necessary to keep that white spider pinned anymore. Now it's a very interesting series of maneuvers here by Jewdoka. First off, the mosquito comes up, allows a grasshopper to spawn with an angle of attack to this spot here. But it immediately gets pinned. Now the question is, does white have enough bugs to win? May not seem like he does, because he's got these 2 bugs atop the hive and the grasshopper here. Where can he come up with the 6th bug? Very interesting how Jewdoka maneuvers it for this. And this is a very informative situation here as well. Notice how the mosquito continues moving around to get to this point. Now, when the ring is formed, the black beetle or black mosquito, neither one of them can climb up and cover a white bug. If this ring had been formed when the mosquito was within range of either one of these bugs, that would reduce white's attacking force by 1. Very informative and instructional position here for Jewdoka. Now the white grasshopper attacks. It frees up any one of these 3 black bugs. Black takes the best opportunity, jumping over with a mosquito. You do not want to leave that mosquito with pill bug power, so the white mosquito immediately covers it. Now at this point, notice the white beetle can attack because the black pill bug does not have the ability to warp the black queen away. This frees up the beetle or the ladybug. Black ladybug attacks, threatening to win on the move, and so the white ladybug, either the white ladybug has to move or the white queen has to move. The white queen gets warped away. And this gives the white pill bug the opportunity to move away from the black mosquito. This is also a very interesting situation here, because notice, when black warped the white grasshopper to here, it frees the black beetle, but the black beetle does not have the ability to approach the attacking white beetle. If it climbs atop the pill bug, it immediately gets covered. If it goes to here, that's a setup shot, and white takes the victory. If it goes around and comes to here, that's the setup shot, and white takes the victory. So even though the black beetle is now free, it is beyond range and cannot get into position to defend. And one last little tidbit from Jewdoka. Rather than walking the mosquito over, which you could easily go here, here, here with beetle power, and then drop down into there, the mosquito just drops to there. Now it has ladybug power and can immediately go to either one of these setup shot locations. And with time running out, Jewdoka wins as Stepanzo resigns. What a great game. Congratulations to previous world champion, two-time world champion Jewdoka. Now up 1-0. Will Stepanzo be able to come back? Now Stepanzo in games 2 and 3 will be playing white, so we will see how those games will turn out. After one game, it's Jewdoka 1, Stepanzo 0. Stay tuned. Check the links down below. You can always help me support my channel by buying me a coffee. Also, if you haven't already purchased Joe's book, The Canon of Hive Groundwork, or my book, Play Hive Like a Champion, links down below to that as well. In addition, the Hive Lexicon has been released in print. That's available also with, you guessed it, link down below. So thanks for watching. As always, I am here helping you play Hive like a champion. Until next time, this is Randy Ingersoll signing off.